Chapter 87 Prominent Skill. Where? Han Li hastily asked after he came to his senses. There. Following Li Feiyu's gaze, Han Li finally found a pale-faced Zhang Shuer within the corner of the crowd. At this moment, she was standing with two other girls who were also participating in the deathmatch. Wearing thin white clothing, she slightly bit her almond lips, making her whole figure seem like a white-colored flower, lovely and fragile. How could weak women like Lady Zhang participate in such a bloody battle? Did that one surnamed Wang make a mistake? Han Li, who was still unwilling to believe his eyes, questioned incredulously. Shuer is also an inner disciple of the 7th Supreme Division, did I not tell you before? Li Feiyu replied, smiling bitterly as he said something that Han Li felt was unexpected. Han Li remained silent and speechless. It was clearly evident that the 7 mystery sect's remaining experts were few in number and that sect leader Wang did not have any protective feelings for the Pharaoh SX. In order to prevail in this dire situation, he even sent out a girl like Zhang Shuer, almost as if he was planning to stake everything on this one move. Brother, I'll get straight to the point, I want to be with Zhang Shuer. Take care of yourself. Li Fei lightly said, placing his hand onto Han Li's shoulder. He then turned his body and walked towards the arena. He hadn't even walked 2 steps before he heard a light sigh from behind him, followed closely by a fluctuation in the air. Instantly, another person appeared by his side, Han Li. What's so big about this, isn't it only a death contract battle? This small situation is not difficult for me to handle. Since we are friends, I can help you with this small matter. Han Li said with a hint of a smile. Having heard this, Li Feiyu did not say anything further and exerted his strength to pat Han Li's chest, quietly saying, "Good brother. Thank you so much." Han Li kept a smile on his face, not saying another word. It was just as he said, the reason why he followed was partly because he knew Li Feiyu for quite a long time, so their relationship was quite close. As such, Han Li was unwilling to look on helplessly as Li Feiyu ventured off by himself. On the other hand, Han Li was a highly skilled and bold individual. He did not believe that the Pharaoh Wolf Gang's so-called experts could pose much of a threat to him with his fireball and imperial flight technique. On top of this, he also was a bit eager to test his own strength. The two men strode forward, squeezing through the crowd and heading straight for Wang Juchu's side. Halfway, the two ripped off their broken water sect uniforms, revealing their 7 mystery sect attires. Han Li and Li Feiyu's sudden appearance and change in identity caused both sides to stare at them foolishly. No one tried to prevent their movements, allowing them to easily arrive in front of Wang Juchu. Division Head Li. Dr. Han. Upon seeing Li Feiyu, Zhang Shuer was pleased beyond expectation. Her coquettish face revealed her to be pleasantly surprised, and if the area wasn't filled with so many people, she might have thrown herself in her lover's embrace, pouring her heart out. Sect leader Wang also recognized the two individuals, his eyes revealing a trace of surprise. To him, their sudden appearance was very unexpected. External Blade Division's Division Head Deputy Li Feiyu pays his respects to the sect leader. Li Feiyu spoke loudly. The two of us wish to sign the death contract and join the deathmatch. He directly stated his request, not waiting for the others to question him about his appearance. Meanwhile, Han Li stood to the side without making a sound, maintaining an appearance similar to that of Li Feiyu and sect leader Ma. Hearing Li Feiyu speak, sect leader Wang swallowed down the words he was originally obligated to ask. The cold look on his face revealed a hint of a smile as he warmly said, "Very well. As expected of our 7 mystery sect's loyal disciples. With Division Head Li joining the battle, the sect will surely receive a better chance at victory. However, I think it would be better if Dr. Han does not join. After all, his medical expertise is very crucial to our sect. If something were to happen to him in the deathmatch, it would be a fatal loss." Hearing these words, Han Li gave a faint smile. Instead of waiting for Li Feiyu's explanation, he shifted slightly, causing his body to disappear right in front of sect leader Wang. Sect leader Wang was surprised, and just as he was about to look in all four sides, he heard Han Li's lazy voice drift over from behind him. I don't know if my own skill is worthy of Sect leader Ma's attention, but if I were to enter the deathmatch, I believe that I would be able to protect myself. Therefore, I hope that Sect leader will accept my loyalty. Sect leader Ma's heart was overwhelmed with shock. He would have never thought that Han Li, who was renowned in the sect for his medical expertise, would also possess such a terrifying martial skill. Unexpectedly, Han Li was able to soundlessly penetrate Wang Juchu's defense and approach his back without attracting Wang Juchu's attention. Such terrifying skill. Just who exactly is this person? Hidden within our sect, just what is his purpose? A train of fearful ideas sprang forth in quick succession within Wang Juchu's mind. He turned his body and looked at the seemingly harmless Han Li. Sect leader Wang couldn't help but draw his gaze to his own three martial uncles. Only to see that the three martial uncles' facial expressions had also changed slightly. Their eyes revealed a hint of shock, making it evident that Dr. Han's skill caused them to feel unrestrained fear. A series of different thoughts rushed around in sect leader Wang's mind, but he finally made a decision. He abruptly laughed loudly before cordially saying, Dr. Han's heart must have been wholly devoted to the sect. As the sect leader, how could I possibly refuse? He then used his finger to point at the two disciples whose skills were the weakest out of all of them. They stepped out of the lineup, allowing Han Li and Li Fei to take their places. Sect leader Wang also allowed Han Li and Li Fei to use black ink to write their names in the blood-red death contract, permitting them to become members of the deathmatch. The commotion within the Seven Mysteries sect was naturally witnessed by Jia Tianlong, and even though he felt that the adding of two experts was a bit unexpected, he did not put it within his heart. After all, he believed that the fleshy body of mortals would be unable to stop Monk Golden Light's flying sword technique. Therefore, both sides finished signing their respective death contracts and exchanging them, thus signaling the start of the deathmatch. Only one side would be able to leave alive.